People, deluded, I'm back again. As you lot know, Arsenal defeated Wolves 2-1. Let's talk over some talking points. The first thing I want to discuss is Martin Odegaarrd. He's, again, I don't want to say he's back to his best, but he's been missing in the last few weeks. And I think, it was a good game against Wolves. Obviously, we got the 3 points. Odegaarrd is back, really. And I think he was back to his fledgling best, really. I know his Norwegian colleague Haaland did not turn up against Spurs, but it is all right. I know my Norwegian, the class Norwegian, my captain stood up to be counted, and he put on the clinic. I love to see him dropping deep, getting into those pockets. Evidently, I love the fact that he scored, between Trossard and then Ketia and a couple of players. He was denied a couple of assists and a couple of wonderful assists. And Martin Odegaarrd, as I said, was back to his best. He looked like a man inspired. For me, Martin Odegaard, Saka and Tomiyasu, big up Declan Rice as well. Those four were a class above the rest, if I'm honest. And we need our players to stand up to be counted. As we know, we've got a lot of injuries. We've got a lot of games to play. We need, especially our captain, who hasn't been at his best in recent weeks. We know he's had a concussion and things like that, but we all know he turns up at the Emirates. We're going to need him in a couple of games, but he's lovely, man. He looked like he playing with confidence. He had his swagger back. He looked like he was in the mood for it. And as I said, it's nice that he got his goal. I wish he got an assist. I think we could have collectively scored more goals as a team. It goes without saying. I think every Arsenal fan or anyone that's watched Match of the Day or anyone that happened to be watching Arsenal versus Wolves or even Wolves fans would tell you, I think has been the case in the Premier League this season is when you have the opportunity to kill a team, kill it. The only real criticism is that we conceded a cheap goal and didn't get a clean sheet. And for me, based on the first half, we took a game that should have been 3-4-0 and made it a 2-1 kind of nervy ending. But Odegaarrd was quality and deserves to be highlighted. And as you can see, that goal we scored, that cutback, it's become cash money. It's a regular theme. You've seen him do it on a couple of occasions this season and last year. He struck against Man United this year. You saw him do it against Chelsea last season. And it's lovely to see, in that opinion, people. He had 78 successful passes, 20 progressive passes, and only 11 unsuccessful passes. For a player whose game is based on risk, you like to see that. And he created 6 opportunities from open play, the most any player has done in the Premier League this season, excluding Foden against Newcastle, people. And his passing accuracy, his touches, his key passes, obviously he scored. He was quality. From one quality left-footed player to another, Bukayo Saka was another one that he's always in the mood and he's a difference maker. For a shout out to Jesus for a bit of intricate play there. But the little Chile on a cold day in North London was at his fledgling best. And every time he can score assists, it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely to see what I saw based on the first half. And he's got this new celebration, which I'm not really a fan of. We can get a better celebration there. He scored more Premier League goals for Arsenal than Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas was a great player. He's got 18 goals/assists or contributions in 19 games. Shows why he's a key player for club and country. In 2023, 17 assists and 20 goals in all comps. What a player. Only 3 players have scored 10 plus goals and provided 10 plus assists this season. Saka is amongst those people. I'm a big fan of Zinchenko, but he keeps going to sleep defensively. We saw it against West Ham and things like that. Mikel Arteta defended his player, rightly so. I'm a fan of Zinchenko. I think he was quality in the first half. When him and Jesus set up Odegaarrd, it was lovely. When Mikel Arteta is drawn on whether Zinchenko can play in at 8, he basically said he's playing there. And I think it shows the good, the bad, and the ugly of Zinchenko. In that, at 26 years of age, I don't think he's going to be great 1v1 defensively. I don't think we're going to mention him in that regards. He did it against West Ham away from home, got away with it against Brentford. Based on the statistics in the first half, let's be brutally honest, 2-0 was flattering to Wolves and we should have killed them. We had 6 shots on target, 19 shots in total. So we could have defended a lot better when there weren't really much to do. And we obviously could have scored. But our strong away form continues. Our home record when Saliba starts continues. He even got his first yellow card, really. You've got to highlight Declan Rice. Arsenal fans shamelessly, any opportunity we get to sing his praises, rightly so we should. He's so consistent. How can a man be a bargain for 105 million? No one's talking about his price tag. They do for Enzo, they do for Anthony, they do for Caicedo, they do for Kai Havertz, because those players are not doing what Declan Rice is doing. He's doing everything he's doing in a West Ham shirt and more. He's consistent. Big up Odegaarrd. I know he's the captain, but Declan Rice is one of those captains, and he's already Mr. Arsenal. It's like he's been part of the furniture at the Emirates for years. He's consistent, whether it's big games or small games. He's always consistent. He's always a class above his teammates. He's always with it. And again, as I said, we owe West Ham some money, really and truly. Let us pick up Bowen off them, and we'll nice them in that regards. even when things go wrong at Arsenal, you know, you look at maybe Lens away. Yeah, Lens away. I'd say Sevilla away. You know, I'd definitely say Chelsea away. I'd say Man United at home on a regular basis. Declan Rice is the player that galvanizes the troops, that demands more, that is keen forcing the issue. And with him and Odegaard, I think we've got two pieces to a three-piece puzzle with midfield sorted. We all know Jorginho can do a job. We all know Partey would probably be first choice if fit. We all know Fabio Vieira's had an opportunity. We all know there's a Kai Havertz conundrum, even though his form has been positive in the last couple of games. And if we could just address midfield properly between January and the summer, me personally, I think we're in for a treat. Declan Rice is a quality player, man. And, you know, it's getting boring speaking about him. In a good way, we find ourselves not speaking about him. His anticipation, his reading of the game, his footballing IQ. You know, if he could just improve a little bit in the final third, really and truly, and add that sort of weapon to his arsenal, we're really laughing, in my opinion. We really are. And we struck gold. We really have struck gold. Obviously, Zinchenko let us down for that mistake. He's not alone, but big up Declan Rice, big up Tomiyasu, Saka, and Martin Odegaard, and the whole team, because I think the second half was a bit dull, but we shot ourselves in the foot, if I'm honest. But crucially, we start the month of December well. We get 3 points. We get 3 points, especially because City have dropped points. If we want to win the Prem, we keep it moving. 3 points first, dissect the performance at second. Hopefully, we do better against Luton, and obviously, we've got Aston Villa, I believe, at the weekend. Now, for me, people, as I said, it's 3 points first. We got 3 points, you know. We did what we needed to do in that regards. We keep the form going, which this season there hasn't been too many disappointments. In terms of improvements, when we smell blood, we have the capacity to score goals. I think we should have killed that game in the first half, let alone the second. I think we was very lethargic, kind of behaving. I know Martinelli quashed these claims, but to me as a fan, kind of behaving, which in hindsight, it was like the game's done. I do think there was a number of switching off moments defensively, and Zinchenko was a frequent offender, so it probably was written on the stars that he switched off for Cunha to bag. And it's a weird one because Zinchenko is so good on the ball. He gives us a lot in midfield. I'm of the belief of accepting him for what he is, really. Now, he's old enough to learn better, but old habits die hard. And at 26 years of age, having played for Manchester City and been around for a while now, captain of your country, is he going to improve that much defensively? I want to say no. I want to say yes, because Tomiyasu looks, you know, Tomiyasu is never going to be Zinchenko in the final third. Will never be the greatest performer, but Tomiyasu's got a number of assists this week alone, and he looks better in the inverted roles, really, and he looks like one of the most informed Arsenal players. So on one hand, I accept Zinchenko for what he is. I think he's a valuable squad player. I think he gives us a lot. I just think ultimately he's going to fall short, and he was a squad player at City for a reason. He probably averaged anything from 13 all the way to 15 league starts, and we need him to be stronger 1v1. The man knows this. The weirdest thing is I actually think he's improved defensively on the large part this season, but he's never going to be that strong there. And, you look at West Ham away in the Cup. He got away with it against Brentford. He's not alone because there was other mistakes in this game. But also you look at Fulham at home and you look at the Wolves game. I think the problem with Zinchenko is he's too smart for his own good. He's got a lovely technical ability, higher frequencies where football IQ is concerned. Sometimes I think he doesn't do the simple things, especially when it comes to, the 60th minute onwards, time to just not do too much, to shut up shop and walk away with the 3 points. I think that's something Zinchenko has to arrest, and Mikel Arteta has to arrest, or we sign up for those mistakes, which could have proved costly. Credit to Wolves, as I've said in all my videos. I think, considering the changes they've had to make in the suspensions, I don't think, a bit similar to Spurs against City, really. I think they equipped themselves well, and you never saw the players that were missing. And on another day, maybe the pen shout goes for them. Maybe, an opportunity is taken. But on another day, we have to score more. And we're one of the most informed defensive sides. Statistically, we're one of the best defensive sides this season in the Prem. But I think if we're looking at a side that can go to the Premier League summit, then we need to go up a tenfold and don't concede in them games there. I still think game management is improved. It's on the right trajectory, but it could go up several levels. When you smell blood, take it. Manage the game if you're not, because not every game can be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goal thriller. Sometimes just shut up shop and be boring. And I think there has been elements of that, but it's not quite there yet. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, people. Big up Gooner Lee, because after this part of the segment, you're going to hear his thoughts. But yeah, you lot stay blessed, stay safe, hit the like button. Let me know what you think.
Yes. I've just come back from seeing Arsenal win 2-1 against Wolves. And listen, shout out to the boys. I don't really know how I feel after the game. I don't know what you guys will think. But yeah, listen, 2-1 on the face of it. 3 points and we moved. But first half was really, really out of this world. Like that was probably one of the better attacking performances we've had in the Premier League for a long time, even going back to last season. But I think for second half we were poor, man. Like we weren't attacking. We were just kind of sitting back. Now maybe that was by design to just save energy. Obviously Arteta took off Jesus quite early, brought in Nketiah, but I didn't really feel like we did much. I thought we were quite chilled in the game, controlled, and obviously we gave away that silly goal from Zinchenko. But first half we were absolutely sourcing, and I'm gonna just maybe speak on one or two players I thought were standout players for me. First one, Tomiyasu. I thought Tomiyasu was, yeah, listen, I don't know what this guy's been eating around London Coney, but the guy was sourcing. The guy was sourcing, man. Linking up with Saka, linking up with Odegaard, linking up with Jesus, got an assist. The guy's just moving mad. But then we also go to Saka, and Saka, yeah, bro, like, I don't know where we stand with this whole world-class thing, but the guy is different, man. The guy is different, and yeah, I think it's just undeniable. The guy's just getting the numbers, his performances are improving now, so yeah, big up to him. Shame there's another certain man in the you know, there's a Saka in it, you know, that can't really get in that conversation, but I won't digress. But yeah, listen, man. 4 points at the top of the table ahead of our nearest challenger, which would be obviously Liverpool and Man City. And, you know, as I said, I'm not going to kind of go crazy with the second half, but first half, yeah, we were doing madness. And listen, Arteta, Monday morning, get them shooting boots on with them boys.